exploring and wandering about your empty ghost town, you found a few new friends and maybe a few new enemies. While you scattered about and wandered the streets, you then came across a strange individual that was keeping an eye on you. Much to the chagrin of many other people, or maybe just the person that was helping you before this, Mintius decided to chase them down just because they were suspicious fishy. Well, they were, and immediately got attacked by your team. Thankfully enough, though, they immediately exploded in front of your face and almost killed some of you. Then it turned out that they were someone from a different location altogether. It was then derived that things outside of your own comfort zone and your world have been popping up and being summoned here. As if that wasn't already happening. The individual named Haas did inform you that a wedding was to happen, but not soon. Like most weddings, it does take time and it does take effort. That will transpire later on, but thanks to the... Well, you really didn't do anything, but you do know that it's later on, so you can come back to this if you ever decide to. And you might need to, as it was stated, as if the wedding is to commence and finish, the world might not be the same after. So exploring the city and gathering a few new bits of equipment and things, you did manage to find Toulouse. She was like right there, always with you. Don't ask
Hey
questions.
guys, what's up? Been here all along.
And just kind of, could have maybe used you for the demon fight, but hey, hello.
Yeah, you guys had it. It was a fun watch. I liked it.
Used another voice of reason up there.
But with all that said and done, you then decided to go and find this strange little doorway that Roswin found inside of this strange place. It was locked with some type of magical incantation, which was later discovered as just the spell lock. Not really figuring out how to unlock this door, Gathos, Mintius, and I believe Kobo as well decided to dig around it.
Yeah, Hulk smash.
I suggested picking, but I don't know if anybody paid attention.
I'm gonna say Kobo picked while the other two just dug with their hands. Seems
Just like the image
appropriate.
of Toulouse like walking into the room and just smashing the floor. Like wood chips flying over Kobo as he's trying to pick a lock with some makeshift lockpick.
Like, guys, I have some tools here.
Oh, hey, that might work.
Might be of some use. Can give it a try.
Please.
Click on the right stuff. Here we go. Use tools.
Okay. Well, Mintius and Kobo and Gothos are currently digging a hole, digging a tunnel as you would. Toulouse then looks at the door. Well, if the little opening mechanism can't work, perhaps unbuckling the back would probably do the exact same thing. So, after a good foot of ground is dug out, Toulouse just opens the other side. This thing wasn't trapped, it was just magically locked. And basically forces a unhinged door open. Due to the fact that it has no hinges anymore, it just opens. The force that's causing it to close kind of acts as its own hinge and keeps the other side locked. Ultimately, you can now look inside. If Kobo, Gothos, and Mintius want to stop, they can, or continue on.
Oh boy.
No, we can stop. She got it.
Oh. Did you use a wheel roll?
So, 5 minutes later, Mintius eventually makes a hole big enough for anyone
Oh, boy.
here to actually encompass and go through just fine. Not only is the
Two
door is
entries
now
now.
open, you kind of see it's kind of... Well, if you ever seen a glitch in game, there's like a floating door in the middle of emptiness. and downwards there is a tunnel system in pitch black darkness. Those with dark vision can see 60 feet, and then it continues down.
Ooh.
It also
I
has
see
a
that.
what's it called? Bar system to help you go down. Some of them are missing, but you can easily jump to the closest one without dying or getting hurt.
Okay.
And as long as your athletics isn't a minus, you can also jump back out of that hole as well.
Now, before we go in, just want to check with everybody. Is everybody in good shape here? Because we just went through quite a bit. And I don't know if everybody needs maybe a rest or something.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go down a hole in the Underdark, I could probably use a rest. Just like a short one, maybe an hour or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Top. We'll go see
Aren't
what's
we
upstairs.
Going up.
Maybe there's beds.
Mentius, what was that?
Aren't we supposed to be going up, not down?
Yeah, that thought had occurred.
Kobo, you do find
Where-
beds.
Okay.
Where are we trying to go?
To the surface.
Oh,
That was our
like
ultimate
our
goal.
main. I
That
know,
is
I know,
the
I
big
know.
goal.
Yeah, our main goal. I got you.
Sorry.
No, you're cool. I was like, wait, because I do that sometimes. I get sidetracked in games, and then I go the wrong way, and I'm like, crap. I just put my foot in my mouth. I didn't mean to open the door, guys. Hold on, let me lock it. All right. Oh, jeez. Okay. So why are we going down this hole, guys?
You just found it.
We just found it. It looked interesting because the only thing that's out here really that we haven't checked out, and so people started digging. That's pretty much it.
And it is magically locked, so there's got to be something good behind it, right?
That's the other one, yeah.
All sound. Yep.
I think
Yeah,
the real answer is, of course, our team has ADD.
Well, Palma, the individual that has been traveling with you for a little bit of time while you were in this city, does state, well, it does seem that you can get... well, it does seem like you can get to wherever you came from without me. This is probably where I'll take my leave as well. Palma, as Toulouse remembers. And as my cat hits my stuff on the ground...
Oh, that's too funny.
You mean that
It's like-
Toulouse bumped
Yeah.
your mic, right? That's what you're saying.
Toulouse remembers nothing.
Sorry about that. My cat decided to
Yeah.
jump in front of my screen and then just hit my
Perfect
mic.
that your cat. It's perfect that your cat's the one that stopped the information
Nope.
flow.
Nope.
I really should just get a wireless headphone. Not headphone, headset. Anyways. Toulouse, like she remembers, Palma has been there for some time. Mintius kind of shook her awake as she was pretending to lie down dead as you found dead bodies inside these houses a lot. She was pretty much the only one that wasn't dead. Eventually, you did discover that she was brought here by the Drow by some summoning ritual spell. They never got to bind the demon that they summoned. The only binding that they were able to do and accomplish was binding her soul into the vessel of a Yangti. Or Yangti. Depends on how you pronounce it. I go with Yangti because it sounds cooler. Or just because my English is bad. I saw that, Mentius. Shush. Anyways, she's been helpful. She is considered lawful evil. She hasn't tried to backstab you, mainly because she doesn't care about you. She's been mainly trying to get revenge against the people that summoned her and the entity that is currently residing near the town. Basically, all she's done so far is scout the enemy and make the Drow's headquarters a nice flower garden.
And
Since
give,
she's
and give us their stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which-
Toulouse, you did find the remainder of your equipment inside that Drow garden shed.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow.
Didn't we have
And-
extra stuff that we wanted to give to Luz since we've been looking at a bunch of stuff?
Someone had like a
Yeah,
shield.
okay,
Yep.
It was me.
I got a
I'll get
I
you.
got a pair of handcuffs. I'm giving them out to everybody. That way we all have a pair in case the
Ooh.
evil dwarf lady goes nuts again.
Awesome hand. Oh God, is she still with us?
Yeah, you
do you
took
not
her.
see her in
Um,
front of us right there? Yeah.
so
She
far,
attacked me.
outside
I
of
like
Minty,
leaned over to the my side, like, oh jeez.
yeah, outside of Minty,
Nothing
she
but
is the most lethal in your team so far. So she's a
Whoa.
good fighter. She's just a terrible person.
Mm-hmm.
You've got handcuffs with a key, and you got a shield that we got from the Drow house or whatever that we were at.
It's just a drow
Yeah.
house. You can just call it that.
Yeah, it's a buckler here. You strap it onto your arm so you can still hold pointy things.
Oh, that's awesome.
It adds a +1 to your AC.
Yeah. Get all this done. Armor class is now 6.
But while people decide to give Toulouse her equipment back, Palma does state, well, this is probably it for me. I'm sure you can find your way back to your wherever you came from. You did mention about coming from a boat. Either that or the DM's misremembering what you told her.
That's
Well,
Yep.
Puma, not to put too horribly fine a point on it, but you are staying in town to do some more research and find out stuff about the evil fungus lady, right?
That's the plan, yes.
Isn't that what we're doing down the hall? You want to come look-see with us?
Roll persuasion.
Maybe. Possibly.
This is something you found. She likes
know,
you
but we're
well
exploring.
enough. She likes you well enough. Did Minty's just jump into the hole? Oh no, they just
No.
moved into the tavern. She
Oh.
likes you well enough that she's not gonna not so unwilling to listen to you, but this is completely not part of what she's doing. Unless somehow you discovered something ahead of time, which who knows, you might have, but she doesn't see it that way.
Well, I figured if it was like just a little hidey hole with some good magic goodies, that's one thing. But since this is a tunnel down, and the fungus lady's got her tentacles underground and in the basements and stuff, I figured it was kind of part of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
And there's a
snap.
persuasion for you.
Well,
What do you think? It
Ooh.
might be important for the fungus lady.
I suppose it might prove eventful. By the way, what's your companion doing over there? Oh wait, Mintius, did you go into stealth or did you just walk away? Uh, by the way, where did your little friend run off to?
I mean, I was gone for like 2 days. It's kind of normal for our group. I wouldn't worry about it.
I suppose that's fair. Well, you guys take a rest. I'll take
After
first
he
shift.
jumped on you. Okay. I was going to say, after he jumped on you, are you really worried if he's not within 5 feet?
I mean, I don't want him dead unless he's done something against me.
Oh, no, we're not talking about killing him. Just, I saw the roof.
he'll meet us when he's ready. But somebody said they found some beds upstairs. I'm going up, and I start going upstairs.
She does state, well, you can take a long rest. I'll wait outside while
Short rest.
you do
Sure.
whichever.
Yeah.
She just says
I'll
whichever.
wait outside with her and keep watch, I guess.
Okay.
So, we'll officially taking a short rest? Can we do it now?
Yeah. Speaking of which, Toulouse, you also remember this guy? Is that shift? Yes, it's shift. This guy, he accidentally almost killed you guys because you were assaulting his familiar.
Who was selfish? Familiar?
I think it was
I mean,
Kobo
to be
and
Fair. To be
Mintius.
fair, they look like suspicious mofos, so I don't think that's our fault.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
was
think
gonna say,
attacking
and
people is our fault.
I do recall only showing up afterwards and just helping Mintius with the wrestling portion,
Although I will say, for Toulouse's sake, that watching Mintius try and get off the roof and smash on the new acquaintance and then start running off was pretty hilarious. That was their attempt to go follow the creature that a Dogma's talking about.
Oh my gosh.
That's fair. Well, anyway, while everyone takes a short rest, Toulouse hangs out with Palma. Mentias, what are you doing? You went into stealth a while ago.
I'm looking for shinies.
Oh, I will tell you, Roswin came in here before. She found nothing except for that hidden tunnel system. You could take shiny spoons and forks and knives, but there's nothing expensive here.
It's shiny to me.
Okay. The shiniest thing in this area is a large ladle and a... Okay, my cat's doing something else now. A giant pot. Almost aluminum in look, but not an aluminum in actuality. Otherwise, that'd be weird.
I'm taking the ladle. Now I have two.
Okay.
Then I'll just kind of wander off to take a rest with the others.
Ladles akimbo.
Oh, wow. Well, max. Well, a good short rest later. People come back down or stay up until they get dragged out of bed. Who's to say? Beforehand, Palma spoke with Mintius about how his parents are doing and if he was raised by them, only because he's been acting differently than most individuals of that class/race that she's spoken to before. She might be a little bit racist or sticks to the stereotypes. Who's to say? She also did the same thing with Gothos, but Gothos kind of confused her, so she stopped trying. But I digress.
Typical limited worldview.
Or maybe just confusing. Anyways, after a short rest. Don't know why you didn't take a long rest. It's perfectly fine if you could have.
Because we got to get on that boat within
24 hours or less than that now?
That's
Yeah.
true. You have, I think, from what I remember last time, based on what you've been doing so far, 12 hours.
Oh,
That's
Was it 12? I thought we left off last time at 18 because it only took 4 hours to get there and 2 hours in the.
Isn't your short rest 4 hours? Oh, no, wait, I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
It's an hour.
Short rest is 1 hour.
Yeah, I'm thinking of something else. What am I thinking of?
So do we have more than 12
Probably
hours
the-
or?
You
You're
yeah,
probably
you have
thinking-
like 16.
Okay.
You're probably thinking of how long it takes an elf to rest.
That's probably it. I digress. Palma comes in, Toulouse comes in, everyone else comes back downstairs. Eldritch, she's basically fine. She's hurt, she took her rest, but she didn't move away from the tunnel system. But Palma does state, alright, how are we doing this? I'm assuming one of you is point and the other one is rear. Everyone else comes in the middle.
Yeah, I like staying in the middle.
Matthias, what do you think? You go first, and I don't know if you can do this, Mel, but Rosvin, sorry. You cast a little light on this coin. Maybe I just toss it down the stairwell.
I don't believe I got that spell.
No worries. We'll be careful.
drop torch down there.
Yeah, I don't have that one specific. Whoops.
However,
That's
I
not-
do.
There you go.
I do pull a torch out of my backpack and I press the digitation to light it. And then we can just.
How long
drop
does
it
that
down.
thing last, though? Isn't that like
Torch will
an
burn.
hour?
A
Right?
torch will burn for 1 hour.
Sweet. Okay, cool.
So
yeah,
are
that's
we
true.
looking at like a spiral staircase or just like a staircase down?
It's not even a staircase, it's a ladder bar system.
Oh.
Kind of like the bars you see sticking out of the wall in the sewer systems.
Yes.
In your turtle type.
Yeah, I say drop it then. Nobody wants to come down a ladder ass first into somebody's teeth.
Drop it.
Begin to drop the little light source. It then goes for about 5 seconds. 10 This is a very long, steeped hole system, and then eventually you don't hear it. You still see it, but you don't hear it hit the ground.
Where we can see it, so it's still within like 60 so feet?
You're not sure when it stopped, but at one point or another, it did eventually hit a point where it no longer shrunk in size.
Okay.
However, even past 60 feet, you could still see the light source. The best way I can describe this, if you've ever done this before, I don't know if anyone's been camping, especially recently. But if you ever go camping and it's pitch black, you can see like not like a match, but like a light source from I think 2 to 3 miles away.
Yeah, you can see the glow of a cigarette from more than a mile away. Actually, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's the same type of effect.
So yeah, you can see it down there, but it gets to a point to where you just not sure how far that is.
That's what we're looking at.
Okay. Fair.
Who's climbing and who's just falling?
Yeah, alright, I guess I'll go first then. This over with.
I can if you want.
Want to rock, paper, scissors for it? Leave it up to the lady a chance.
Sure.
Okay, if we... You know,
Four
evens
odds
and
or
odds.
evens? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take evens, you take odds.
Alright.
So if yours plus mine equals even, I go, and if it's an odd, you go. Is that what we said?
You go.
Down and go.
I will kick you down the hole.
Wow.
Betrayal.
Mentius kicks you down the hole. Luckily enough, you're able to grab the bars.
Do you want like rock, paper, scissors or something?
Nah,
I
you're
didn't know
too
it was
far.
his rock, paper, scissors, man. Just kick him down. Jeez.
Grabbing onto the bars, you do manage to keep going downwards, and eventually everyone else goes down. Who's taking rear? Or your 6?
I'll go last.
Okay.
I'll go second.
So I'm just gonna do it like this.
Wait, didn't I thought for some reason that Gothos went up front with
Yeah.
Mingus.
Mintius kicked Gothos in the hole.
Oh yeah, what am I thinking?
So Gothos is first, and then
There you
Mintius
go.
is...
This is an underdog city we don't know the name of. Kick.
So, entering inside its tunnel system, you do manage to get down to the 60-foot mark. You still see the flickering flame down below. However, you yourselves don't begin to see it any closer. After a while,
Oh, no.
Gothos, you do get to a point where the strange bar system begin to be looser? It's hard to explain, but if you've ever accidentally broken something and it's still in the wall or ground, it's just wiggly. Like, I don't know if you've ever broken a chair. Same concept. So likely the further you go
I've
down.
never had a loose chair leg in my entire life. I have no concept of, yeah, it's jiggly, I get it.
So the further you go down, the more likely you are to. Well, you need to be careful.
Space it out a little bit. It's getting, rugged down here. I don't know if anybody has some sort of mending or something, but I certainly don't.
I look over at Kobo.
Can I just go ahead and do mending as I go down just to try and solidify them up? There's only 2 people ahead of me.
You can solidify them for the people behind you, but not for the people in front
Yeah.
of you. Mintius
Exactly.
did make a hole big enough for everyone in the beginning, but this is deeper than he dug. So, as you continue down, it comes to a point when you realize it has been way longer than you remember going back down. However, at this point, Gothos and Mintius, go ahead and roll for me dexterity saving throws as the bars begin to loosen and your grasp begin to so loosen. I don't know why I just didn't say slip. Kobo, thankfully enough, thanks to Gothos' advice, helps out everyone else. They're slower, but they're not in any complete danger. As Gothos and Mintius slipped for about 10 feet, they managed to grab onto the bars soon after. They are further away from the main force, but they are closer to the ground than anyone else. Thankfully enough, they did survive this, and Kobo and the rest still see them, if barely. However, at this
Hold on.
point,
Go ahead, sorry.
Gothos and Mintius, you do feel a wind sensation. Kobo, you were saying?
I was gonna say, Gothos, Mintius, hold on a second, and I kind of lower a rope down to him from off my backpack.
All right. As you lower a
There's
rope
a
to them,
backup.
it takes up to 20 feet for it to finally reach them. It's near them. If they're holding onto it or like have it wrapped around their waist, probably not. But maybe the entire team can.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we can help him with it, because I believe
I can be
Valdez is
quick.
behind me. So
Yeah. But I digress. 20 feet down, it does eventually reach Gothos and Mintius. If they're holding on to it or just have it near them as a safety line, that's perfectly fine.
If Gothos is at the bottom, Mintius got handcuffs from Kobo too, right?
everyone's got one. Yeah.
Okay. So before it gets to me, Mintius, tie like a big fat knot and then use the handcuffs, like attached to your belt and then the knot so you can't slip, and then pass it to me and I'll do a knot just for me as well like that. Do you like kind of understand the concept here? It's weird.
Like an anchor.
You might get a bad wedgie, but other than that, you should be fine. Or drag everyone with you. Hard to say.
Hey, listen, they're the one who wanted to anchor themselves.
Anyways, continuing downwards, eventually Kobo and the rest of the gang do meet up to a point where you're back without being too far out of sight. Then the team progresses down further and further. After what appears to be 30 minutes,
Oh, 30 minutes. Okay.
you then see the light begin to shine brighter. It took a while, but you believe another 30 minutes and you'll be able to go to the point where it ends.
Jeez.
So a full hour just to get to where the source is.
It took you 30 minutes to get this far.
Okay.
We have 12 hours to get on a thing and get out of here.
So we're gonna have to leave time to make this climb again. But luckily, it'll be a little more stable when we come back.
Yeah.
It also takes a lot longer to go up than down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for a penny and for a pound.
I mean, we're already in this deep,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, why not? We still have a few hours, even if we give ourselves a whole hour to get back up.
Even if we give ourselves 2 hours to get up, we still got enough time.
Okay, so continuing downwards, I want Gothos and Mintius to roll one more dexterity saving throw. Thankfully enough, with advantage, as your little slip knot trick is helpful.
Thank goodness.
Oh, boys.
Well, it would have been funny if you failed. Anyways, You do manage to eventually make it all the way down. It took you a while, but eventually you did reach the bottom. After a while, it does take you some time to eventually see around you. There is the ember flame that you dropped just right there.
I was gonna say, isn't there like a certain radius that thing can shine?
Yes, it's currently shining it around it by 20 by 20. By 20
I
by
see
20.
all black.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
see a
he's
cave
getting it.
system, but it is pitch black. Around you, you see no details except for a floor and the ceiling. Not the ceiling, but the wall that you're currently adjacent to. You can tell that it is open northwards, eastwards, and westwards. Behind you to the south is where the wall you came from is. But as you look behind you, where the staircase is, or bar ladder system is, you can tell that there's just one large pillar of earth right there going upwards. Around it, you can easily move to the south.
So, giant scary pit in the bottom of a random house. And all we see is blackness.
And a torch.
Okay, so how about
And
we
even
just
dark
take a,
vision's not helping.
and just for the sake of timing, can we invest 10 minutes now so I can do a bit of detect magic here, ritual cast detect magic,
Sure.
and narrow our time.
I got no problems.
10 minutes.
So,
Put that up.
okay.
In the meantime,
What's everyone else doing? Other than Divine Sense.
Just getting ready.
Okay. Man, I was gonna make a joke, but I don't have the appropriate icon for it.
Thank goodness.
You know what? I'll still make the joke. It just doesn't make any sense. Because it's 10 minutes, not 5.
got a 5-minute timer.
No, they don't make sense. Anyways. After a good while, Divine Sense kicks in Marthos. Not Marthos. Not even the same campaign.
Martha doesn't have divine sense. Thank you very much.
Anyways,
only one.
Gotho, sensing the area around you, detecting Fae, Fiend, Celestial, Undead, or the like, you detect Poma. I don't know why, but you detect Fiend around her and surrounding her. Maybe she's not who she says. Oh, wait, you remember, she told you this. Anyways, surrounding you, you do sense a strange presence. You're not exactly sure where it's coming from, but it is weak. The area around you seems to be flowing with it. You do sense a presence of Fiend here. But it's as if the air is permeated with it.
Oh yeah, no, this is. I mean, it sounds weird to say out that, but this is a fiendish place, and yeah, maybe we should do what we're doing and get out of here.
Eventually, someone does pick up the torch. Or doesn't, and it eventually just burns out.
I was going to say I can use prestidigitation too, and I'd like to do that to make a little flame.
Okay. As you do so, a light begins to emanate around you, and you do see the exact same thing everyone else does. A large south pillar of stone leading up, and then everything else, darkness all around, encapsulating you.
This dark room. It's interesting, but it's all just dark.
Yeah.
Does anybody mind if I take this torch and like huck it in one direction?
I made 2 just in case. So I think.
I'm going to give you a representation of the pillar. Anyways. You chuck it. Where do you chuck it?
This direction.
You
See
just
my line?
Yeah, you chuck it in this direction. Eventually you do see that it does begin to shine and it does bright in the area. Nothing. The radius that it's currently glowing is enough that you could see 20 feet around it. You've seen nothing. Kobo, is there anything you're doing?
I'm thinking here. No, I don't have a whole lot I can do right now until we start moving in a direction.
Okay. What about you, Mint?
I'm gonna talk with my rat.
Okay. Is that just up all the time, or do you need to expend another charge?
I have no charges. It's ritual cast.
Okay. So you just take the exact same time. Rosalind does. I'm gonna say you just started it going down the ladder. Just to ease everything. So the rat just looks at you. You look at it. What are you saying to it? Because currently it's just eating one of your rations.
I need to make sure I mark that down.
It's eating like a piece of the ration. It's not going to eat the entire thing.
Oh. I'm just going to literally have just a basic conversation with it. Nothing important.
Okay. Well, basic conversation later. It does state, you know, boss, this is weird. I'm in a strange feeling around this area. I don't know about you, but this place will probably find something good or something terrifying. I just don't know what it is. Also, I can't see anything and I've never been down here.
Can I just look up and... The rat says this might be a big problem.
Problem how?
I'm just getting weird smell, man. Oh wait, why am I making him? What's it called again? Conspiracy theory. Anyways, he just says, "I just smell something weird. You know, it just stinks down here." Although it could be that lady. Just point its nose towards Elda.
Cool.
He just insulted the bitch.
I don't know. She just smells different. But the area smells different than I'm used to. I mean, I go around where they dump their food after they're done with it and eat. But this area smells worse than that. To everyone else, the smell just seems plain. It's either their own nostrils are probably stronger than yours, or different enough that they detect some other smell, or the rat's just lying. It all depends if Mintius tells you guys what the rat is saying, though.
Yeah, I'm... So, the rat's saying it smells odd here. Different.
Oh no, yeah, I smell that. It's like a fiendish thing that's happening. You know, like kind of an otherworldly. It might have something to do with the wedding outside. God, what if this is? Anyway,
so
are we gonna explore this area?
After the 10 minutes are up,
yeah.
Intelligence. I'm gonna assume he's gonna do something, but before that, After the 10 minutes are up, Roswin, you detect magic. Around you, you do sense magical aura. Much like Gothos, you do detect the strange fiend sensation, but in a magical way. Behind you, you do sense the pillar, however. Specifically, you do sense, I'm forgetting the class. My
Describe
notes,
what it is.
my notes don't help. It just says summoning.
That's conjuration, maybe?
Conjuration.
Yeah.
Specifically,
And
the
we can-
pillar itself.
And we can see the pillar, so there's nothing obstructing us from seeing the pillar itself, right?
No. The only thing obstructing your current vision is Gothos. He moves a little to the left.
Yes. Sir.
So
And nothing else. I mean, it's up for 10 minutes, but nothing else pings as alarmingly as the pillar right now.
You do sense something. What's the range? Like 60 feet?
I think it's 30. Let me double check. Yeah, 30 feet.
No. You do sense everyone else.
But all of the magical stuff on them.
Some of the stuff you've regained, some of the stuff you've lost or regained. The pillar itself, you do sense that as magical, and the class itself. Around you, there is the strange aura of magic, of fiend magic, but you don't sense one particular large mass.
I will ask the folks around me if they can help me by investigating the hell out of this pillar to see if that we can find anything on it. Scriptures or runes or anything like it.
Yeah, investigate.
Yep.
Temptation.
And I can go ahead and
And-
lend assistance if you wanted to investigate Rosalind or
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I do that, Dogman? Can I get Kobo's assistance on this and I get an advantage?
Sure.
Can I do that to Toulouse?
I mean, Toulouse can have advantage, but you can't have Toulouse's advantage.
That's when I forfeit my roll for another roll first.
Okay. Investigation. Sorry.
I would not have gotten any better.
It would have been better if you wrote. No.
Okay. Examining the strange pillar. Well, it's not that strange, just dirt, sand, and stone. But examining it, Kobo, Gothos, you get nothing. Just a hunch of strange obsidian stone. Roswin,
Jack.
you can tell that this is strange obsidian stone. You did not see this on the surface whatsoever. For this type of stone to be here, you are in a completely different layer altogether from the current one you were at. That, or something specific, had to have brought it here and shaped it all the way to the surface where you were. Maybe the summoning thing had to do with this, or maybe it didn't. But you can also tell that some strange... it's hard to explain, but I'll explain it as best I can. As you begin to examine the stone, provided with Kobo's help, you do feel a sensation underneath the tips of your fingers. Much like when one presses them upon someone else's hand upon hand, or on the face if you decide to slap someone, or just make sure if they're healthy. Who knows? You do feel a strange warm sensation at the tips of your fingers, and then when you press your palm on your palm, the strange radiating warmth feels as if there is a bodily form in front of you.
Okay. Holy shit. And I can't see any. It's just obsidian stone, so it's all black. I'm assuming.
It's all
Can't
black,
see
but it does
anything.
have brown patches of dirt and grime.
Okay. I try to explain that to everyone around me, but if that's the case, that means that this is what the thing might be protecting. So I don't know if it's a wise idea to touch or do anything with this thing.
So you're saying this like multi-100-foot tower of what is this, obsidian, is alive?
I think so. I mean, I can't even really see there's a body in there or anything, but it feels pretty. I mean, and actually, I'm curious if I indicate the fact that it feels warm and everything, can anybody else in the party feel it too as soon as I explain that to them?
Once they're actually looking for what they didn't notice before, yeah.
And there was no reaction or a flinch or anything when I was mending on the way down?
No. On the way down, it actually was impossible to see, but I'll just give it to you, because that's a good distinction. After a while, you felt as if the bars were still loose. That wasn't an issue. But at a certain point, how should I explain this? The shift in tone and hue, basically you can see grays when you have dark vision. It looked a little darker, but it was almost near indistinguishable to the eye. When you were casting Mending, your Mending took less time than you imagined. It wasn't to the point where you didn't see something happening, but when casting the Mending spell, you cast it upon an object, and unless you're actually focusing on things, you did not note that the bars were aligning themselves by themselves. The best way I can state this is, whatever this thing is, eventually you did come to the point where it is. And then after that, it was just copying what it might have sensed or noticed before you got there.
One thing, and now that we are all aware of this thing, can I point this out to Poma and see if she's aware of anything like this, or if she recognizes this?
You tell Poma.
Have any of us heard of, I don't know, any sort of crystal tower?
You can roll history. So I'm not crystal, but I know what you're going for.
Yeah, I've read novels.
Actually, that's a good point. I'll roll the all of it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm uneducated.
Yeah, I'm dumb, is what you're saying. No, you're fine.
Oh no, I grew up on the streets, never had no book smarts.
I ain't got no books. Okay, before I tell you this, Mintius, what were you deciding to do back then? You rolled a 14.
Mentius was trying to make heads or tails of what Gothos had said about sensing fiendish things, and currently he has a headache.
Okay. As you contemplate what Gothos meant by fiendish things around you, it could just be he just looking at your companion that has been with you guys.
Oh no, it's like all around. It's like the rat said, like a stank everywhere. It's a fiendish. It's everywhere.
Fiendish stank.
Yeah. As you begin to contemplate what exactly is being stated around you, you get a strange sensation overlapping your own thoughts. It causes a headache more than thinking, ironically. However, the strange permeating sensation, and I'm going to give this to you mainly because you're the most animalistic other than Toulouse here. Eventually Toulouse will figure this out, but I'm going to give it to you first. You sense a strange smell in the air eventually. It did take your... Man, I'm blanking on the name of the actual senses of the nose. I'm going to say your smelling senses. It did eventually take your smelling senses time to adjust. Thank you. The strange smell that the rat might have been smelling, a smelly smell that certainly smells very smelly, might have been permeating from the pillar itself. As when you begin to focus and hone in on it, the pillar itself does have that strange aroma. It's subtle. If you weren't actually looking for it, you would not have found it.
Gonna just look around at everyone. Notice probably that they're not smelling this by now. And just state the obvious that, hey, the pillar stinks.
As you begin to smell around you, it's dirt. It depends on how good dirt smells to most of you. I think Gothos might like it.
I like dirt.
The first line of Divine Sense says the presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor.
Now, this darkness that's all around, you said there was some other walls or paths, not just a completely empty space with this pillar?
Other than the pillar, you can pretty much just go left, right, up, down, A, B, A, B. Wherever. The entire place seems open currently to your own vision sight. Toulouse, eventually you do pick up the smell Mentius was describing.
Am I supposed to roll history too? I'm sorry.
If you wanted to.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then, yep, this is a stinky pillar.
Yes, it's a stinky pillar. The smell is stronger there, but not by much from what you can tell.
Air horns.
So, thinking back on what this could be, you asked Palma. I'm just gonna roll one for Eldeth.
Gaze your eyes on somebody's.
I'm gonna give her a -2. This is not her stat, but this is something that she would not have studied. Yeah, that makes sense. So, Eldeth has no idea what's going on. She just thinks Mentius is making stuff up. But the rest of you, Kobo, Gothos, Toulouse, Roswin. Thinking back on your own studies, the way you think and the way things process, Toulouse and Roswin, you come across this information from your past, but in different ways. Toulouse, you did get a sensation of a story. Long ago, when in your past, you did come across some ne'er-do-wells here and there, and they were telling their own stories. Whether they were true or not, you never really took them to heart, as they were miscreants, always for the coin and always for the purse. They spoke about a strange obsidian pillar stone statue, that it was guarding something, some strange treasure or the like. Some noblemen decided to place it upon their house, and it kept watch over the entire system. You never really figured out what that meant, but obviously it was just some guy in a suit of armor, pitch black, just fighting them and making sure they didn't go for the treasure.
Oh, and so this pillar is like a warning system or something, or
some type of warning, but thinking back on this, with your own history, it was there to guard something.
Okay.
Is the easiest example. I just put in flavor. Rosalind, thinking back on what you have studied and learned, you remember about some strange systems of life. You think back on some of the things that have been popping up recently as the Warforge have been growing in number and strength. Not to attack anyone, but simply people are making more of them. Maybe for a foreseeable future that they are preparing for. Or maybe they just like building robots. Hey, people like building robots.
Almost like they're forging something for war.
Regardless of that, you then think about how they made a few things and then ask one of the, let's call them mechanics. Or artificers, depending on what you want to call them. But I'm going to call them a mechanic. You asked one of the mechanics and they told you about a strange metal that they found. They didn't find much of it, but it seemed to have a strange life force within it. This was able to give life to some of the Warforged, but they only found a small amount of it. They then heard tale and woe about a strange, large pillar that another friend that found a pillar. It was hard to find, but eventually they did discover it. From what details you did get from them, it was a strange pillar in a city, all outright in the Underdark. They didn't exactly name a place or time, but this strange pillar was almost revered and secured within the site. When the man tried to examine it and study it, the people began to chase them away, but they were able to take a small fraction piece of it. But as the people were chasing them away, his friend was almost not heard of again, as some strange psionic sound or something caused his brain to almost rupture within his mind. He then looked back, and the pillar for an instant in his own sight looked as if a demonic beast was being awoken. He then blinked, and the pillar was just there, cascading a strange sound from its epicenter. But, not wanting to be killed in the city, or by a strange sound, they ran until they got out. Eventually, the man died some months later, totally by a different cause. Some guy just shanked him for his 10 cents. But
Cool.
That's what happened. Now, Mintius is typing something.
Oh, I was just going to say, it was
Oops.
the guy that probably did the shanking was probably Mint's, shall we say, master, teacher, and the art of theft. That's why he's in prison.
It's possible. They never
There's
caught
no
the
sense.
or at
There's no
least
sense being coy now. Spill the beans, Minty.
the person never asked. I digress. Minty is exploring what you've seen, exploring what you've heard, and your own past knowledge. This is known as a strange pillar system. Oh, sorry. I was reading something. This is known as a strange pillar system. From what you remember about the own history of what this is, you don't have exact details of this one, but you do know that these are sentry guards. Strange pillars, strange devices, really. From a ritual. The ritual itself binds something into itself, but you're not exactly sure what it was, or what it was at one point in time, as the ritual was lost and was never found. But this is what your old mentor has taught you, or told you. These strange pillars are not pillars at all, but living entities. Infused and housed within are powers beyond one's own recognition. What they might be are guardians to protect something or house some secret. That being said, if you do not appropriately do things, they might go against the people around them. You were told of people worshipping these things as gods or deities, or just simple facsimiles of gods themselves. They, however, protected the land or the area they were placed in. Most of them are not movable, but they can be summoned in areas if someone is strong enough. And that strength is usually around 10th level. You also have to know of a place that they were at beforehand in order to do that. That being said, this pillar is not currently completely awake. You can tell at one point in time there is a way to wake them, or if they sense danger around them, they wake up. Right now, this thing is in a stasis of itself, likely keeping itself preserved in a almost subconscious way. If something is done to it, it itself acts as would the environment would act. Otherwise, if you were not aware of this thing, it would simply blend in to the environment itself. That is what you know.
I would definitely share what I know with the rest. Everybody's at least at that level, aware.
Come back at level 10.
All right.
I would share my knowledge.
So it doesn't sound like this is something we really want to touch.
What constitutes danger?
Well, I mean, a threat to its existence, I guess.
Well, yeah, but you also said that if damage is done to it, it'll just act like the rock. So what does it think danger is if not to itself? Does it have to be a big scary beast next to it?
From what Mentius has been told, it's danger upon itself or the possibility of whatever it's guarding being discovered.
Right. So the thing that's guarding whatever this place is will come alive and probably ruin the ladder if we find what it's guarding.
Mentius, you also know, based on your trade, whatever it's usually guarding or whatever these things guard is often than not something worth getting or worth discovering.
Why would you do this?
They can be spoken with. You just don't want to, go against this thing to the point that it does sense danger.
Is anybody good at, what do you call it, brain talking? I don't know what to. We just put our hand on it and concentrate, or do you have spells for that?
Was this the one that I don't have comprehend language, do I?
I have that one too, but I don't think that. I think it's only for something like a written, not necessarily a language, or.
There we go. For the duration, you understand any spoken language, and you understand any written language. So yeah.
Okay.
This
You want to
works
do it
in-
because I've got tech magic up right now, so maybe you want to do that.
Sure. I took it just for this reason, so I could be useful.
Perfect.
Okay,
All right,
someone
I'll go ahead
has to
and-
wake this thing up, though.
Well, we're just trying to talk to it, so I figured I would just go and touch.
Yeah, that's true.
Because isn't it touch activated?
It's touch sensitive, yeah.
Like activated, sensitive, different words there.
Yeah, just before you go ahead and put your paw on that sucker, remember, really stinks of the whole fiendish aura. Just heads up when you're talking to it.
Palma just looks at you. Rude.
Wait, by the way, if it's touch sensitive and you had and technically Roswin had been touching it, it hadn't woken up from that?
Or hasn't said anything.
You
Okay,
know, we've
sure.
all been touching it, climbing down it.
True. Okay, go ahead.
You've been, not directly, but also directly, observing it, but you haven't actually tried to communicate.
There. You got this, Toulouse, and I give her guidance.
Yeah, great. I'll make my way up and I'll gently touch it and I'll politely say, I don't even know what I want to say to this thing. It's a stinky pillar. What do you say to a stinky pillar, guys?
Good morning.
You don't say, hey, stinky pillar. That's what you don't say.
I know, right?
Yeah, well, if it's sleeping, say good morning. This is your wake-up call.
All right, so I gently touch it and I try to make myself not menacing in any way. And yeah, hello.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go with tried and true. Gonna change my voice for a second. I don't know if Toulouse was here when I kept doing this. Anyways. Oh, I should probably describe it first. Within your mindscape, you do hear resonating sound shimmering and shining. And then you feel the vibration. Everyone around you does not sense this, other than the person that's currently touching the stone. As you begin to hear, or first feel, then hear the wave patterns within your body and then your mind. After placing your palm against the rock, you do hear this. What is it that you want?
Hmm. Well, I guess just trying to figure out your purpose here.
As you begin to ask the question of, yeah, what are you doing here? Shaking your hips and wagging your tail. You can also tell that it's not speaking in common or any language you currently know. I'm only going to assume. Because it's a weird language. But thankfully enough,
Stone
comprehend languages does help you. So when you ask, just mainly, why are you here? The entity then states, I am here to watch over a secret.
Who put the secret here?
You can tell that it begins to vibrate faster, not to the point that it is going to lash out towards you, but you can tell that it's close to a point of where it might sense danger. Not yet. Not yet. It then states, the entity that brought me here is currently away. They are preparing for something while I look after their secret.
Okay. I'll gently take my hand off the pillar for a moment, look to my party and say, yeah, it's guarding a secret, and its entity that put it here is away doing something. We should probably maybe go stop it or get out of here.
Did it tell you by any chance how long ago it kind of was waiting on it?
I was going to ask it, but just asking who put it here kind of spiked a little sensation. I wasn't sure if we want to push this further or if we just want to get moving with the information we already know.
It could have just been the question, by the way.
I probably will. That's why I gently took my hand off of him so I could put it back on him and ask him some more questions if I want to.
Yep.
But you guys want me to keep asking him or?
I mean, when you touched it was just a vibration. It wasn't like he said, it wasn't trying to lash out at you or anything. It was just like it got triggered a little bit when we asked more stuff, right? So
just a little, he seems sketchy of us, which is understandable.
Maybe you can convince him that whatever he's guarding is bad and we need to actually not let whatever they're preparing for happen.
Or maybe we can... How high is your deception? I'm curious.
Wait, let me go back to the
You could just say that we're part of his patrons group and we're here to check something out for him.
Not that good yet. Only +2 right now, so.
Dang it. Okay.
What if we convince it that we don't want whatever secret it's guarding, but we need something in order to get out of here? You know, our goal
like if it's hiding
is,
other things?
I don't know, it seems like a powerful entity. I don't know.
Interesting. You're greedy. Okay, so I'm gonna ask it. So we do want to talk to it more, guys?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think so.
Okay.
I think we're fine for now. We'll back you up if something really wacky happens.
All right. Okay. And we wanted to.
Give her that guidance thing again if she needs to do the whole.
I can't do it unless because I just realized it's a concentration spell.
Oh.
So yeah.
I mean, so far she hasn't needed it, so it's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'll just keep trying to communicate with them. I will put my hand back on the pillar And okay. How to word it so. All
No rush.
right.
You're conversing with a powerful entity. There is no need to
Exactly.
rush.
I'm like, I don't know how to word anything anymore. Yeah. We want. So what? Okay,
I think we said that we were
hold on.
what was
Outside
Gotha's?
of it.
Yeah,
What?
what go ahead.
Oh, I was saying outside of this, what was going on? So I know about that wedding thing, right?
Yes.
And I know that it's like bad if it happens.
You know,
Yeah,
so
as far
far
as-
they've been killing people and using the dead bodies as zombie workers. I mean, it's a great way
Okay.
to get employees to cater your wedding without having to pay them.
All right. Okay. I'll
But
gently
also,
put my hand back. Oh yeah, what else?
you were just vaguely told if the wedding happens, it would be bad for your world. It was vague, wasn't given general details, just a general answer.
Just general.
But it was still pretty disturbing enough that we need a medal.
So okay. All right. I'll put my hand back on the pillow. Other than the secret, is there anything else here?
There are many things residing down here. If one goes where their mind wanders, may perhaps answers be found.
So may perhaps the answers be found?
Yeah. Maybe he was trying to be artful. But from what you can tell, yeah, a lot of things could be found down here. But from the weird way they phrased it, more than likely, if one goes in a direction that their mind takes them, they will likely find a answer to something.
Okay.
You could probably ask, like, what exactly do you mean? Or you can probably say, hey guys, if we go that way, we'll find something. Either one.
No, I would definitely inquire. Toulouse is wants to know more about that train of thought there. So is it something like where it's just my thoughts would lead me to something? Because I don't want to run into what you're trying to protect here. You know what I mean? I'll tell them more of that.
As you get super casual with this strange pillar thing, it does
Yeah.
say,
My tail's all brushing up against it every once in a while, like flick. Like, yeah.
where you go is your own direction. If you do not seek what I am keeping guard, your own minds will lead you to where you need to be.
That's deep.
Who knows? Maybe this pillar's high. Or philosophical? Who's to say?
Let's do a medicine check on the pillar.
This pillar's made of mushrooms.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that aside, you can
I'll
tell
relate
that
it
it
to
will.
you.
If you go a certain path, it will be your path, unless you're looking specifically for something.
Hold on. So with that kind of vague instruction, couldn't we argue that if we thought really hard about getting to the surface, this is the way out?
Yeah, in theory.
I was going to say that in theory we could just concentrate on whatever he's trying to keep secret, or how to stop the wedding, and that would lead us to that.
Yeah, that would lead us to a couple of demon lords. Has Toulouse told us all this? Or?
Yes. Yeah, I relayed it.
Yeah, so I'm kind of on board for the whole thinking of the surface thing and maybe getting a route at least. But also, I don't know, maybe you could. This is just kind of an off thought here. Ask it what it's guarding so we just 100% make sure that we don't get that thing.
Right. Okay.
Mm.
I mean, that might be a bad idea, I don't know.
Well, I kind of already tried that.
Yeah,
But we don't have to
I
find
don't
out
want to
what
be
it's
running
guarding.
into some random thought.
We don't have to find out what it's guarding in order to try and stop the wedding, right?
Well, we don't even know if what it. But that we don't know if the thing that is guarding is even related to the wedding thing, though.
No, it's summoned by
Okay.
the same people, and he's supposed to guard it until after the wedding.
All right.
Specifically,
I'm
it
gonna
did
put my
state-
hand on the pillar again, and I'm gonna say,
Okay. Before that though, I will state specifically, it did not mention one bit about a wedding.
Yeah.
Or the ritual, sorry.
There are other fiends here.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
necessarily.
yeah. I
So
thought we
we're-
were still...
So it's
Trying to-
potential. What we're essentially capturing is that it might be another side quest from a side quest from a side quest.
Okay.
Or it actually
I
is
missed
connected.
that part.
But I'm just telling
No,
you,
I-
it did not make mention whatsoever about a wedding.
Right.
Oh, it
Exactly.
Just, it just said
Yep.
a ritual. Okay.
Yep.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
I missed the possible side quest
Because
thing.
to be fair, we still have that thing from the underground, that church thing that we came through with that had like a lord or demon or something. We never came across that thing either. We don't know if that's connected to any of this too.
Oh, you might have just completely left that city to burn in the rubble.
Probably. Sounds like us.
Definitely.
I'm going to put my hand back on this pillar.
Mhm.
You know, like, just curious, would your entity that put you here be perhaps getting married?
As you ask that question, you do feel a vibration ringing within your ears. It's not to the point of actually causing you harm, like if you take health points down, but it's to the
Your
point
fur
where,
stands up.
yeah, your hair stands up and you're close to the point of near true pain. Like honestly, it's still true pain. It's kind of like a migraine. It just super annoying. But it does state, their business is their own. Whether they are to wed within a few weeks or not, that is their own path, not yours.
No, I think I want to avoid that path.
You say to this maybe, man, I'm blanking on the name, but the person that basically coordinates your wedding.
Officiant.
There's a specific name I'm looking for, but sure, why not? But you know, you're close to a point with that specific question that it might actually cause you harm. That being said, it did warn you to tread lightly around that area. But that also means, in a way, it did answer.
Yep, exactly.
Yep, for sure.
The fact that it's like, it's none of your business, man. It was a big fat yes.
Yeah. Like, okay, sorry about that.
I don't know what wedding you're talking about, but it better not be my wedding. I mean, I don't know anything about a wedding. Shut up.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it didn't say it, but I'm pretty sure that it's about that thing. So
I'm
I'm just
pretty
tell
sure
you.
it's it sounds like it's a pretty big ass wedding gift that he's guarding. That's what it sounds like it might.
Well, I mean, do you guys want to get out of here, or do you want to try to find this thing? Because I'm worried that we're gonna run out of time. How much time has passed?
You have no idea at this point. It did feel...
Shit. Toulouse is gonna flip out and say, "Let's get the fuck up and out of here now."
It does feel like you still have a few hours, but within the darkness and just the sensations around you, it kind of felt like you lost track of time. Not to the point of, oh yeah, we have like a minute left, but to the point of, Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I know we have some time, a few hours, but I'm not exactly sure how many hours left.
So, well, okay. So this goes back to the conversation we were just having. If this place has a theoretical way to get us to a objective we've got, do we want to take that chance, or do we want to go all the way back the boat and go the long way route?
This is the decision we're faced with exactly. Do we want to go on a vision quest, which may or may not transport us there, or might just give us a map in our dream state, which could be useful, but that could take some time.
We could get lost down here for a long time.
Can you ask it if there's a way to turn on the lights?
I'll put my hand on the pillar and I'll say, we have been stuck in the Underdark for some time now, and we're just trying to find some way possibly out. Do you happen to know where we can go for that? Or
It
I
just
lost my
turned
train
into
of
the.
thought.
It just
I had something
turned
great.
into the. It turned into those information desks that you see at like the airport.
Yeah, I'm
hey,
like,
sir, can you take us to the exit?
you are here. I want to be over there. What?
It's like I
Pillar.
want to be.
Are there other pillars? Can we teleport to?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm looking for a flight to the surface. I don't know if you can help me.
Yeah, I take back
I'm
this
still
statement.
You can answer if you want.
Yeah.
That's the
I'll go
100%
ahead and
right
give this
thing to
a shot.
Okay.
'Cause it's not about the wedding, so
Yeah.
hopefully you'll like that.
It does
Oh, yeah,
state, I can take you to a place where one did come from and leave from.
Sounds like you just want to kill me.
It could sound that way. So then it just states, there are many routes and many paths to take, but I will go with the one that is most familiar to you and yours.
Oh God. Layers.
Exactly.
So do you guys want to attempt the mind maze down here, or do you? I'm voting for let's go, because I don't like not knowing what time it is.
That's good. Well, is there anybody back on the boat we still need? We have everybody here.
You have
gotta be one
NPCs. Most of them belong to the underground.
Oh yeah.
They will have
The
to pay.
kids are at the boat, right?
The kids will more or less be fine with the adults. I'm just gonna call it here and now. The actual adults in your group. But if you want to go back for them, you can if you want to. You know this place exists. If you decide to go to the boat, say, yeah, hey, we're not gonna go with you, but if you can take care of these people, that'd be great. Or if you just say, yeah, we're not gonna go to the boat, they're gonna have to figure out a way to pay. They can figure out a way to pay, that's fine. But basically, I'll just show you the boat again. But Kobo, you were saying?
I was gonna say I thought we left them some money or some compensation, or no?
I don't think.
I mean, an actual adult is
Did we
there.
not just pay up front? Like, was that not a condition?
Well, no,
we
but
just-
remember that because we were gonna stay an extra day, that he was expecting extra pay for it too.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember. Sorry.
It's all
I
good.
thought the forfeit for that was just our stupid lives.
No, Ugwa wants money. But Antidote and Stool are there to help out the kids. Antidote, like a true adult, can take care of them. That's perfectly fine. In fact, that's what he does. Stool will likely be fine. as long as Antidote is there, so that's not really an issue. The rest of your team, I do not know how well you'll do. That's entirely up to you. But Antidote does have money. You won't just be not paying your bill. And then you'll have someone hunting you down. But you know this thing exists. You can always go to the boat, say, hey, does anyone want to come with us? And then go back. Or you can just come back to this thing later.
Well, the thing is, we don't know how much time has technically passed, right? So, I mean, by the time we get up there, too, we don't know if the whole day's already been gone.
Well, worst case scenario, then we just come back.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we are convinced that this is actually like a teleportation webway room of sorts, and not just like some hallucinatory chamber.
Yeah, this will be like some sort of strange wormhole shortcut type thing. You wander off into the dark and you come out where you want.
You can ask
I
it.
think it's all right. I'll relay that your guys' questions now, just like whenever you ask it directly into it. As long as it's not about the wedding or anything that will put our lives in danger, ask away.
Yeah, that thing we said about the chamber, is it actual physical dislocation, or is it simply like astral projection?
Without changing my voice, it does tell you that it will send you to the location. Not astral project you or kill you and then drag your bodies through the dirt and grime and then pluck you back out from the other side.
And what
No.
about the group cohesion, as it were? We're going to be scattered throughout our own memories.
It does tell you those with the strongest memory of this place will be the ones leading your team. It doesn't say team, but like group people, individuals, whatever it'll call you.
Team squad, tiny team.
Can I insight this thing to make sure like I believe it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
Where's my ability to sing? Where's that?
Under your skills. Yep.
It's the first one over there. I like jumped to the longer
Ooh,
I
that
words
was
and just skipped it. Yes.
It's not bad. From what you can tell, it has not lied to you at all.
Okay.
Maybe
Well,
Gothos doesn't need this information. He might go, obviously a fiend would lie to us. How dare it not? Stick to its stereotypes.
Racist. Gothos, by definition, is a very open-minded goblin just because he's infected. But, so, yeah, the thing hasn't lied to us. Now the question is, are we going to go back up to the boat people and come back down? Because this seems like the easiest way out, so long as somebody can conjure up a very powerful memory of the surface.
can any of us even do that?
What kind of a check would that be if we're trying
History?
to intelligence?
Intelligence, actually.
Intelligence.
Christmas. I was sitting here going, crisp, crisp, crisp.
It could be history. I'll tell you what, it could be history or intelligence.
I mean, history is based off intelligence, but yeah.
But your
Well, I had
main
an
mass,
idea.
as it
So
stated,
the-
your main mass, as in more than one individual, has to focus on one specific thing.
I guess mechanically speaking, is it a group role, or is it everyone does the role, and however many successes is what will shoot for an actual success of the transfer of the transportation?
Roll Arcana. No, I don't know.
Are we
Now,
gonna leave our other group behind, guys?
you can still ask that, but I will state it's a group roll. Enough of you pass, and it'll take you there. But once again, your entire team needs to focus on one specific thing. Toulouse did make mention, are we going to leave the rest of the group?
And take this one with us? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that too. Can we send her up to the boat and ask her to tell Antidote to come meet us? She can babysit. She's got
Alright,
money.
quick-
She's rich.
Quick question about the mechanics of this. Does anybody actually have, like, okay, geez, where have I been on the surface? Like 3 places.
The question
in,
is this
like,
the surface
I have
of
to
your
ask this out of
reality?
game. Do we have a common memory of, like, a city or
That's a-
something
that's
we've
a-
been to?
yeah.
Otherwise, this isn't going to work.
Yep.
That's what I. Yeah.
Is it your reality? Because didn't you guys get to go through Rick and Morty Wacko Land?
I
You
don't
got
wanna talk
absorbed
about it.
into
No,
that
just
world.
kidding.
You could go back there if you decided to. Most of you
Oh my god.
came
Oh
from that
God,
world.
no!
No.
But
I need to skip on that
Am
one.
I the only one actually in the reality I originated from?
no, everyone here is originating from this reality. It's just everyone else, except for Eldeth and the other NPCs, were plucked out for a little bit.
Yeah, we just look at you like, no.
I'm just asking. I know it's a game mechanics question, but just asking.
Yeah, okay, we have a shared memory of being in a worse place than this. I was thinking of somewhere with sunlight. I don't know if we have to do like a weird history check, but I can say
The
that Gothos
only
is
ones that
probably
might have a connection would be I'm already going to call this now since I mostly know all of your guys' backgrounds. Mantius and Roswin. Mintius Toulouse. Nothing for Gothos and nothing for Kobo. Kobo's from the Underdark.
Oh shit.
yeah.
Oh.
Gothos just had like a memory of like a babbling brook and some like outside of a cave that's nice and sunny and, maybe a city.
And
in the
everyone,
distance.
and mechanically speaking, like you said, everyone in the team has to have the same focus.
Enough people. The majority of the group.
Want to try
Now,
to
does
roll
it
our
have to
history
be-
to see if we remember this stuff, guys?
Wait. Does it have to be a memory of a specific place? Do you have to like see the city, or can you think of the origin of something?
From what you can tell, you can ask it, but I will tell you now, when you ask it, it does state memory.
So is there a city you guys all remember? And I'm gonna try and pluck a common major city from memory. Can anybody like if would there be some sort of roll to see how much anybody else would relate to it?
Sure, you can do that. I will tell you, Palma's not going to go with you guys. She
Right,
kind of has her own thing to do. So you just need...
Oh, go tell our friends to meet us down here.
Oh no, I'm not saying that we're gonna do it right now. I'm just saying out of curiosity, because even if we can't even come as a unit or the majority of us do it, then we're just gonna screw ourselves and throw us into hell or something.
Well, we
Uh,
can always, you know what else? We can also go back to our parties and just talk about it with everybody and then have a focus amongst our entire group that way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we could also right now, I don't know, just think about the boat that we were just on and then transport there.
But what if this is a one shot? If we transport to the boat, can we come back here and use
Well,
this
we
thing
know.
again?
Well, we know where the entrance is. We
What is
just.
Pillar's name?
That's a good question. Ask Pillar's name. Hey, Mr. Pillar.
What is Pillar's name?
Oh, so casual with a thing that might kill you.
That's Toulouse for you, okay?
That's fair. So, asking, oh, hey, Pillar, what's your name? I know we've been talking for a while, and this has been casual, but things are getting kind of serious. No. It just...
Hey, what's your name, big boy?
Oh God.
Anyways, awkwardness aside, well, still awkwardness, because you never asked this thing's name, even after talking with it for 10 minutes, it does tell you. The name I have been given, or the one that people share amongst themselves, is one I do not give away. You may assign a name to me if you prefer.
Okay, Pillar.
I'm really gonna call him Pillar.
Peter the Pillar.
I'm just going to say Gothos, because you have religious background. You know, a name or a true name will likely give you power over something, especially over something that gets summoned. So it doesn't want you guys to have that ability.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's like you don't want to get summoned for a tax report. He doesn't want to. That kind of information is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Also, yeah, did we find out if it's a one shot on that teleport thing?
You never asked.
Color? Is it
While we're still
one-shot?
here, ask away.
It does tell you that the paths you choose are those that you make. The
Oh,
ones you
oh.
take are the ones you decide to go to. It doesn't give you one way or the other.
Gotcha.
Maybe it's being an ass, or it's just how it speaks.
Doesn't like the name Pillar? No.
Or Rod.
That was just a joke.
I'm surprised you didn't say Richard.
A bit too phallic. Sounds slightly on the nose.
We'll call him Lance.
Oh God.
I like Richard.
It's a good name. Maybe not for a pillar, but it's a good name.
I mean, he did say assign me one, so he can't complain.
You probably won't. Not that you could hear it.
So we
But
don't know if it's,
Roswin there.
yeah.
You're a little more schooled in the magic thing than I am. I just kind of got natural talent, but you've got like actual education stuff, right?
Yeah.
Can you whip up like a magic picture of a place you remember, and we can all look at that?
I can do that. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's still gonna end up being the same role though. So I don't know if by doing that it'll give anyone like a bonus to it. So
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. If we could all concentrate on one city and you happen to know it, you can make a magic picture of it that we could all look at and think of that city.
oh
Yeah,
right. Well, I
helps.
mean,
Helps with the cohesion of our roles.
I figured also that that's why I wanted to make the I wanted to test before actually doing it with everyone first to like see how much people would know of a certain spot and before actually saying okay, let's try it out now, because if we
Guys,
do it and we fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys want to try it out? Focus on the boat then, where we all have been very recently and should have a very clear memory in our minds and total cohesion. See how that goes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll use precipitation to. Okay, so actually, there's how many of us have precipitation? I think it's 3 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, will that create an illusionary image too? Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
that's right, it does. See, I forgot that.
So
I thought you'd
would
minor
it-
illusion.
could that if I create a picture of it, could you guys try and recreate it or see if you guys remember from memory that way too, and see if maybe that helps?
I mean, if you're gonna do that, everyone's been to the boat. The only way it would help, and to see if it actually works, if Palma joins you with jump.
Yeah, no, I think it'll probably be better if we like close our eyes and concentrate. Maybe I don't know.
Well, no, we can try it with Palma because it is just the boat. She can get from the boat back to the island real quick.
I just don't know how secure you're trying to keep things. Like, who knows? Maybe all this time she's been trying to betray you.
Is she trying to stay
Why would
behind
you
in here?
say that, a dog?
Not here, and just in the city.
Yeah, she wants to stay in the city to keep
Yeah, I
scoping
thought-
things out to try and ruin the wedding. That was her job.
Okay. I remember.
And
better
she
actress.
gave us all the drow equipment. Like,
Yeah.
so far
Yeah.
she's given us no reason not to trust her.
Yep.
Those are the
Especially 'cause
people that you gotta look
we-
out for.
Well, we were in a bit of a fight, and we
Mhm.
could have been dummied if she decided to throw her hat in that particular ring.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
So
like
we're-
2 or
Who
3
knows?
levels higher than you. Not enough to
Mm.
take your entire team down, but she can maybe take 1 or 2. If she
Oh.
was going to violently assault you.
Right.
So we gotta walk in the direction to get to the thing we want to try to teleport to, or does it just happen?
The way you described it is follow a path of your own. So probably
Okay.
walking, or you can ask it directly what it means.
Then I will say my speculations out loud, and I will be like, "So, Pillar, what do you think?"
Move your... oh, wait. I didn't change the voice. Whatever. It'll just tell you. Move your feet towards a direction. Once there,
Okay.
you will arrive.
Sounds good.
So walk into the darkness and
Okay,
But it
Look at
also
the
means
boat.
that also means we'll have to be like either holding hands or like holding onto the same rope or something because we don't exactly know.
Definitely.
yeah,
Oh.
everybody hold hands. I mean, we
Yeah.
have handcuffs if we're that really into it, but
Not my tail. No.
So that's what we're doing. Is we just want to go back to the boat right now?
Yeah.
I think that's solid. I don't think there's. I mean, we could try to find other treasures in this place, but it does seem like we've spent too long in Demon Town.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to make sure that we're on the agreement of where we're going, so that way we don't f up the roll.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
No, I think this is. I definitely think this is a good test of the spooky mind teleportation labyrinth.
Palma does
So-
state, so do you want me to accompany you to the surface? I don't exactly... Well, I'm not exactly sure how cagey you are against fiends or demons. Just making sure.
we've been pretty cool so far, and we're only going to the boat. So if you want to go from the boat back to the town, that's entirely up
You know
to you.
what,
and
though?
it's not difficult, but it'll give us a good test of memory cohesion with illusion.
Fair enough.
And then also, we're going to be coming back here.
Maybe.
So we would need to walk through the city again. So I think it would be cool if you came.
All right.
Alright, what are we supposed to just... Okay, so we're gonna... How about we just set up what order we're gonna go in again, and then someone pick a spot to go in.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and stick my 2 cents worth in and say Roswin go first. That way you can hold somebody's hand with one hand, and with the other use your illusion thing to give Pulma an idea where we're going.
Yeah, who's the best at memory?
Okay, fair. I beat you guys. I'll say that much. Alright, cool.
And
Go be
then
the first.
Pulma will want to be second, so she can be right there next to the illusion. And then anybody else, anyway.
Or is that just the weakest link in the chain? Yeah, maybe we put like the weak one at the end. I mean, worst case scenario, she should.
So who? Okay. Oh my god. I probably already. Yeah. Cool. March in a line.
Yep, and I'll use minor
Mhm.
illusion instead of precipitation to put like a little screen up above me so people can see all the way to from the far back.
Or could we like Red Robin it where we all walk together at the same time?
I think that's what we're doing, right? Is we're walking together, but it's just that it's I'm holding a big ass picture in the front so you guys can try and focus
Yeah.
on that or not.
You can
And
put it.
are
like,
we not
right
all
here.
holding hands as well?
Yeah.
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 Big
Yeah.
old daisy chain.
Got it.
Okay.
Me-
So, as a giant daisy chain roams around, everyone... Yeah, everyone go ahead and roll intelligence or history checks.
Just a normal roll.
like it.
Normal roll. The DC is
Nice.
lower due to the fact that most of you have a concept of where you're going and a history of where you're going.
Nice.
Yeah, Gothos just takes us all. Whoosh.
Yeah.
I have been to that boat.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay. As you begin to stir and move around, going one direction over the other, you then begin to feel a strange sensation vibrating behind you. The strange pillar is keeping to its word. You then feel the sensation of the world shift underneath your feet. Your souls begin to move and sway. As soon as you realize, as you blink for maybe some time, the world around you changes, and you return, not to the surface of the world, but to the surface that you know. You arrive back at the boat with one addition.
It worked.
Alright, all we need is one really shared memory of the surface then. Wish good luck with that. I guess we're all going to be having deep psychological deep dives into each other's history.
As
And we
you,
also proved that Roswin's illusion helped Puma get here. She had no clue what the boat looked like.
yeah. And does anyone want to explain why there's were rats tied to the pillar? As that happens, Mintius, the rat that you've been carrying for a while, comes to the shoulder. I'm going to say the right one. And then points towards the two children currently stuck to the mast. Well, not stuck, more like tied up, making sure they don't cause any trouble. Currently, you can tell that they're shifted into were-rats. Mintius,
Confined
you
for their
then
own well-being.
you then realize what the rat is pointing towards, and then itself states, "Yeah, those guys. They probably the people that I don't know, kind of have the scent you gave off a while ago. You know."
Oh boy.
I didn't realize they could do that.
Antidote looks behind you. Well, not looks behind you. Looks behind him and looks towards you. Yeah, neither did we. It's a good thing we tied them up. Stool kind of nods. Mintius, as this happens, the rat goes into your bag, grabs one of your rations, and then bolts into the water and begins to swim away. Its mission now done. You are now one snack short.
Betrayal.
Oh,
You were betrayed, but not by the person you thought.
How far away has it gotten so far?
20
oh
feet.
no.
How far?
20 feet. 5 more feet, and it's on the surface of the town.
Bothos hands Mintius a lance.
Oh no.
Oh no! I have
Wait,
two
25
great
feet?
clubs.
25 feet?
25 feet to the town itself. So 5
Can
more
I
feet for it.
pluck it out of the water?
With what? Mage hand, I'm assuming?
Mage hand, 30 feet.
You can try.
All right.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. Or acrobatics. Whichever is better for you.
Acrobatics. Okay.
Okay, you dunk your hand straight into the water and then come out with what appears to be a bag of soggy chips. No rat in sight.
Missed him.
No rat
Oh,
in
you still
sight.
got your- I was gonna say you still got your chance to chuck something. I just tried to help.
I have two great clubs because we got my old one back.
You're gonna try and throw a great club.
Yeah.
All right. As you look at the surface of the water, seeing where it'll come back up from, it does not resurface, or where. Who knows? Maybe Kobo accidentally knocked it out and it's currently drowning to the bottom of the sea. Lake. Big lake. You don't see it come back up to the surface.
I like
Or
to
maybe-
think that crafty rat has dug himself an air pocket in the ration and is currently submarining himself to the shore. Safe and sound.
Watch it.
Aren't I holding the rations, the bag of chips or
Yeah.
something?
Watch the
Oh,
rat be the big bad evil guy that was just on Minty's shoulder the entire time.
I go ahead and bring the chips back over to me, and I open up the soggy bag.
You
rat in
open
there?
the soggy bag. The rat's in there.
I hand it to Mint.
It
you
bites
go.
you in the. It bites you. It's like, how can it not hit you? I'm just gonna make it the least amount of damage possible. It bites you for 1 hit point.
Yeah, I close the bag up, pinching it tight, and just hand it to Mint.
Okay.
Here you go.
Gothos laughs and is now wholeheartedly on the rat side. Just because, he's a fighter. Yeah, come on.
Okay. Well, if this is our final boss, I'm getting a home run.
Oh boy.
Aw, no. No, come on. The little guy got through all that.
He stole my food.
I distinctly, I think I heard you offer him some food.
In exchange for answers. He gave you answers. You just also got the answers at the exact same time.
No, he stole my food.
Okay. What are you gonna hit it with? Like your club, the ladle, just a random stick you find?
Babe Ruth.
Hmm.
No. Keep my trap shut.
What should I use?
What should our last memory of Mintius be?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking too.
Actually, how big is this rat?
It's like a good sized rat, about the size of 1/8 of Gothos.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
So
mean,
it's like the size of a New
Now
York sewer rat.
Now to us, that's like a dog. Now we're all judging you.
Well, I got a better way of dealing with this. And it's less violent. So by this standard, using a handcuff on its neck is like a collar.
Yeah.
I'm going to place the handcuff on its neck. And then
As soon as you
right-
open the bag, it bites you in the thumb for 1 hit point, and then you do so.
And then
Gothos
I'm going
laughs
to take
again.
it over to... Well, I'm taking it over to Gothos, and I'm handcuffing the rat to Gothos.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
You got no pet.
Yeah, I feel like there's some Schnattenfruit involved in this. Alright, crazy rat. Okay, settle down.
So,
Don't speak the language.
Gothos handcuffed to the rat. Antidote does look towards your team. Who's your new friend?
This is Poma, our guests.
Hey. So hey. So anyways, Topsy and Turvy are were rats. I don't know how they changed. Ugwa then states, the moon still does the whole shifting thing. It's likely night in the middle of not the middle of the day, but, on the surface.
Wait, so is it... Okay, right. So right now, does it look... Well, again, we're in a cave system, so we have no idea what day or night is. So,
At least now it's nighttime.
it's nighttime, but according to Antidote, has it been a full day or not? Like, has time been triggered weird since we've been under there?
No, not really. He just shakes his head. No. You still had 4 hours left.
Oh, that's still a lot of time down there. Okay, interesting.
well, we found a way to tap to the surface, maybe.
It gives us enough time to get back down there and do that.
I mean, that's great, but why didn't you do that instead of coming here?
We wanted to give
Because
you
we
guys-
like the antidote and we wanted to trade you for this, bigoted one.
You say that out loud, dude?
Well, no, I just tell him that. If anybody else is listening, that's their problem.
He does smile. Eldith just harumphs in the corner. Antidote does state, I do appreciate it, but I did tell you I came down here to help out, right?
Yeah, and you'd be helping by this.
Gothos is probably rolling around the deck with this rat still being like, also, God, we weren't really sure how this, unknown fiendish teleportation thing works. Stupid. You handcuffed it to me.
At this
Gotta
point,
keep-
Roswell would be laughing at what she's seeing with others.
Still comes over and simply states, if you did find a way forwards, I could perhaps take care of the kids while making my way to town.
But that's the other thing too, that the town's kind of not a super safe place according to Poma here.
Oh, no, I mean my city. I mean, I don't know
Right.
if you can handle looks towards the two were-rat children. Lycanthropes. I mean, this is an invasion of privacy, but I could probably dive into their minds and control them for a while.
Jeez.
I'm.
Yeah,
I
keep them
mean-
under control.
I have something that might kind of keep them in line.
Club to the head?
Actually, it's Lycanthrope's worst enemy.
Oh,
I have something that is silver.
Nice.
I still have this silver spider pendant.
Yes, you do. Antidote does state that might keep him calm. Definitely a little weird, but doable. I could probably make... Well, with Rosalind's help, I could probably make some type of salve to split it in half and have one bounded to Turvy and one bounded to Topsy.
Not a bad idea. I like what you're
you've
thinking.
got a few
there.
silver coins.
Would they be happier just down here?
They come from the Underdark, so yes. We just need a stabilization system to make sure when they turn were-rats, looks at them, currently snarling, they don't also turn feral.
Yeah, wait a
Oh.
second here. Gothos like stands up a rat swinging from his belt still, which is like half it on 1/8 of his size apparently.
I'll use my mage hand to unlock the rat from you.
I was just gonna let it go for a
They're
little.
gonna
while
keep
it
the
goes
rat,
to-
yeah.
yeah.
Floppy! No,
I was gonna tie some string to the other end of the handcuff and have a leash
You
for
can
it.
keep the rat. I was just uncuffing it from you so you don't have handcuffs on you.
I'm not going to force the rat to go anywhere it does want to be. And that's
Exactly.
actually what I was going to segue into here with the were-rat children. We're brainwashing children now to what? So we can put them in some random foster orphanage
Still
that we
does
don't even
state.
care about?
Still does state. That's why I haven't done it.
Yeah, no, well, you can count me on the side of don't do that. If they want to go, fuck them. They can go. Same with this
Well-
rat. If it wants to jump overboard, fine. I mean, maybe I'll take care of it and love it, but I don't know.
No, but what I was getting at was, they turn rare rat, that's fine. They like being in the Underdark, that's fine. But maybe they don't want to go feral because they don't get to control themselves when they do that. They just go
Well,
nutso, right?
Here's the idea, though. We came back here anyway to make sure that everybody's well put off. We can always go back down there, and if you guys want to go to your city, you've got an easy way to get there, and then we will then find our way back to where we want to go to, and we all have a happy ending here.
Well said.
I like that.
All right. Pomona State. I'm gonna go back into my city. But I'll help you back down there. That's not an issue. Antidote does then state. Stool, do you want to come along? Yeah. I don't know about how Topsy and Turvy feel, but me and them do come from the Underdark. But, looks at Topsy and Turvy. I think they'll be fine wherever they go. It's just, as long as they're feral, they pose a threat to anyone. And anyone.
So is it safe to say we should not be having a long rest in this boat tonight?
Ugo does state, well, you can if you want to. It'll eat a day, and if we don't get to the location in time, you will have to pay more.
Nah, we'll take shifts.
Yeah, I thought
Keep
we had.
moving.
Wait a second, so we're not going back to the teleport thing?
That's where we're going.
Okay,
thought
so
that's
we have
what we
we have a common memory that we're going to focus on.
Yeah. Ugo does state, it like she wasn't listening because she wasn't listening to your conversation whatsoever. So yeah, you did say you were gonna go back to the pillar. She just wasn't paying attention. She just kind of, in an arrogant way, warning you, if you decide to wait here for another day, it will eat up a day, which means you won't make it in time, and you will have to pay an extra day.
Right. So right now we're not letting them know that we're not even thinking or caring about staying another night or not. The only thing is, do we want to just take a long rest now so we are at full of whatever spells and stuff
No,
we've
that's
got before we
what.
go back to the city?
No, that's exactly what Uguay is saying. Is
We don't
if
have
we take a
time.
long rest here on the boat, we have to buy another day in order to keep it here.
Yeah, but we
I
haven't
thought
even
we were
technically paid for that day that he was gonna wait here for, and we're still here.
Yeah, if you're
We
gonna
were
take a
trying to
long
do the
rest,
wedding
that's gonna
from
eat up the
happening.
4 hours.
Yeah.
So
The
we
wedding
just-
from happening is a future thing.
Yeah.
We're not leveled
We're
for
not-
that.
No, we're just going to use the pillar.
No, I
But,
thought we were trying to leave before it happened. I thought that was our time limit. Like I
Right.
thought that's what we
That's
were
what I
trying to
thought
do.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 24 hours was all the longer she was going to stay on the boat, but we still have to pay her for the rest of the trip.
No, you paid for
So even
the
if we leave
entire
remote-
trip. The extension in time is what you're paying for.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if we stay on the boat for another long rest, that's another extension of hours that we're going to have to pay for.
But not
Um,
if we continue on our journey.
Correct.
Correct.
That's my point. So like we can say, yeah, we'll be back, and we never do.
I mean, I thought that was the direction we were going because we
Okay.
didn't share a common memory. Like that's the problem with the teleport, is that we need when we can discuss it and like try to come
Well,
up.
I
with,
mean-
like, yeah, I've been in, I've seen the outskirts of whatever.
But
Well,
we
here's
I
also
forget the
know
name
that
of any of the
the,
Faerun cities.
we also know that the common memory can be an image or an illusion because Puma got to the boat okay.
No, because but that was the majority. So the majority of us had that memory, right? Like she was kind of just a tag along. Because the majority of us had seen and been to that place, the magic was just like, yep, that's cool, you can have a tag along. And so that could work if like 3 of 5 of us or something, or like if we rolled really well, but
Because I have
If-
no memories of the surface.
You can tell that based on Bomo being there at least is a better shot of people getting to a location that is just shown to you. Not 100%, but better than nothing.
My thought at least was that we had like, even if between the time that it takes us to get back to that teleportation spot, we could have been chatting the entire time with full skills and full everything. Certain areas or times that we can all kind of share in common, so we can try and start prepping for that trip. And
Yeah,
that's
if we-
where I'm hoping that Roswin's memory, because she's super intelligent or whatever, can help with the rest of the team. And maybe by using minor illusions along the way, being like, okay, does anybody remember this spot or this city? And maybe Eldith happens to know some spot as well, or Antidote happens to know the same spots as well. So maybe by talking through it out between now to the teleportation spot, we get maybe some sort of bonus because we're starting to remember something. That was my hope.
Yeah, like flipping through a photo album instead of just trying to remember.
Correct. That was my hope with trying to find a common thing between all of us.
yeah, I'm down for that.
While you were discussing things, Antidote went to speak with Ugwa, handed her something, and then said, all right, I paid for another day to take your long rest.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, it seemed like you needed to discuss things for a while.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so if we're doing a long rest, then we can reset and do everything from right now?
Yeah.
Yay!
So, long rest later, people begin to describe places, locations, entities. Those with minor illusion or prestidigitation do make small facsimiles of locations, places, pillars, structures, anything they could think of that might lead to a connecting point.
A shared location and
Eventually-
or memory that
I do want to do something though with I'm gonna pray a different spell and use the morning to purify some food. Because I've got a lot of food, guys. I need to start purifying that shit.
All right.
So
There's
You
that.
purify some of the poisonous spores food. Eventually, it does clean itself up. Not everything, but at least a good amount of rations. Probably like 5 of them.
Okay. Just
Gothos will have given the rat some rations as a reward for his tenaciousness, and then totally unleashed it. And if the rat is there in the morning, so be it.
Okay. Rolling something in secret. Okay. You don't know just yet. Exploring the area, talking and coming up with things before you go to sleep. Mintius, Roswin, and Toulouse eventually come up with one place, one location that you are familiar with within a city site. It is not the city itself, but just a structure. A strange gyroscopic device within the middle of the city. It was a monument to the engineering structure of the Artificer's main structured system. It was a monument to those and to science. Toulouse was there simply wandering about, looking at the sights. Mintius was there running an errand for said mentor. And Roswin kind of worked near there, so it was kind of not that hard to see. Gothos doesn't share this memory, unfortunately. Neither does Kobo. Unfortunately, he resides from down here, and Gothos himself is more of a church-going man and a forest man. And so kind of doesn't need to, how should I say, and kind of has the power of God on his side, doesn't need science. And in D&D, that's okay.
Goblin churches are a lot different than in the picture.
All the fake news, man.
Well, I'm just studying and paying attention to all the illusions that everybody came up with, trying to get an idea in my mind of what it looks like.
Eldith does have that same structured city image, not the actual, what's it called, monument itself, but the city itself when it was named. So that might help. Antidote does not have this memory, and Poma's just there looking at you guys. And of course, Stuhl doesn't have this memory. It's the monument itself is the best one so far of what you found. After a long rest is said and done, Gothos, you do find footprints of a rat. Maybe it's still around, but it's currently not visible. As you wake up, Topsy and Turvy are also themselves again, just not Were-Rat and Feral.
Kids, is that something you do every night?
Turvy just looks at you. What? Like, go to sleep? Yeah, we do it every day.
Yeah, so they don't even know what the hell they are. Okay.
Or they're lying to you.
Yeah, so kids, I don't know about, like, what do you think? Like, every 28 days? I know you get a really particularly weird sleep or something. I don't know, just so we can accommodate you.
Topsy just says, what do you mean? Sometimes we get it, like, every other day. Sleep's weird, man.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
He could also just
Yeah,
she could also just be lying to you.
Yeah, that's true enough. Alright, well, I'm not going to be on a slave vessel or anything. I'm going to let him free. Everybody else get ready.
You let them free. They're just free. They begin to mess with things and chuck things in the water. There was a reason they were tied.
Yeah, they were tied up because they were little hellions when they were normal, not even...
Okay. In which case, if you're open to creative use of it, I'm going to use my, my conquering presence. And get them to behave.
Alright, in order for them to get behaved, they get advantage or you get disadvantage on anything you try to do to them. In this case, it is advantage. But just no modifier. They're not exactly wise.
No. Well, one of them fails. Wait, what am I at now? Yeah, my spell save is 15.
Okay. So one of them rolled a 16 and the other one rolled a 9. Luckily enough for you,
Which
though, it was the sister that failed, and the brother just kind of does what the sister does, so they just sit down. Currently not chucking anything. But I digress. Antidote looks towards the team. Alright, that's probably the best we're likely going to do. We can maybe think about this. But honestly, I am not quite sure if you'll have any more conjoining memories.
Well, at least it's something. I mean, it gets us maybe out of here, which is what we've been trying to do for I don't know how long now.
About 2 weeks.
It's worth a shot, even if it gets us up to the surface. You know, we can always get to wherever we need to go, right?
True. And are you sure you're cool, Kobo, come with us? Because I mean, if you're from here, we don't want to take you from your home and all.
Oh, this ain't my home. This is just where I've had to live. There's a difference.
Okay.
Off to adventure and to make a fortune, so I don't ever have to be poor again.
Ugwa just looks at you and raises a mug of beer. You don't know where she got the beer, but she agrees.
I've got a beer for that.
Antidote the state, alright then. Should we get going then? Looks towards Topsy and Turvy. Are you going to be joining us? Turvy and Topsy just look at him. They're behaved, so they can actually speak. But, Turvy does state, no, this is kind of where we live. We go around, roam, eat stuff. Topsy then states, sometimes we kill people, but, you know, regular ruffian things.
So yeah, if they get off the boat on the other side, whenever this place is going, I think they'll be happy.
I was just gonna say maybe you guys want to stay in the city that we just discovered because they like your kind. I think.
As long as they don't get near the drow, they'll probably be fine.
I was gonna say all the food's poisoned, and if they stay there too long, they might get infected by the spores.
Not our problem at that point.
You're going to.
No, hey, boatmaster,
Palma
why
will
don't
have guests.
why don't we just let the boatmaster take them to the other side, like they were always going to do? We paid for that.
Ugwa does
And
state, yeah, I can do that. I'm probably going to tie him up when I get the chance, though. And then untie him when I get to that area. But again, you have, like... She looks at her non-existent watch. So look at her wrist. 16 hours left.
so
Oh,
the
wait,
plan
my
for
math
us-
is wrong. 20 hours left until I leave, so go nuts.
I mean,
Yeah, let's go.
I was going to offer if you want, I can tie them up now.
All right, when they're being behaved for exactly 1 minute.
1 minute later, they begin to chuck stuff at you guys as well.
And just go tie him up. After that, tie him up.
So, before things come to a halt in this boat, the children, or where individuals, do eventually get tied up again. Mintius called it. And now they might get a little bit more rambunctious thanks to them being controlled by Gothos. If you decide to return, you'll have to be dealing with ruly kids, even more so than you were before.
Now that they've been exposed to the true fear and shaken.
So yeah, Gothos might want to pray that this works. But
Yeah, well, I mean, they're little were rats. They're going to do what they do.
that's true. An hour and a half later, 30 minutes going to the location of where you found the pillar, and then an hour. No, wait, not an hour. Oh wait, yes, an hour.
Did it take us an hour just to get to that city, to the spot that we found the door at?
No,
No.
I think it took us half an hour to get down that pillar, though, and then
To go
No, I
down
didn't-
and 30 minutes to go to the location where you were at. Without any stops, yeah.
Okay.
You do eventually make it back to where you once were. It does take some time, and with more people in it, it just looks awkward.
Toulouse, you wanna talk to the pillar again before we make our exit?
Do you want me to say something to it?
Or do we want to get any last piece of information, like are there more of you or something that we would be aware of? Because if this is our chance to get out and we don't have any way back, it might be kind of interesting to know if there's more of them that we might know about. I don't know, that's my thought, but we don't have to.
No, I'm translating everything. Just like I said earlier, I was like, if you guys ever want to talk to the pillar, just talk to it. I'll
Okay.
just translate it.
So like before, getting all cash with the demonic pillar,
I like
Rosman
him, okay?
asks the question, and the pillar then simply states, again, you feel the migraine sensation coming and overlapping around your mind. Not to the point of actual pain, but it's just super annoying. It then states, those in mine are mine and those. Those that come and those that go. The ones summoned and the summoners be are the ones and they and me. No idea what that means, but I'll just say you roll an insight and you roll well. Yeah, there are other pillars, maybe not concurrent or totally unrelated to this entire thing, but there are other pillars around. He doesn't know of them, but each one is similar in kind. Not the same, but similar. He just doesn't know where they are.
Stupid cryptic crystal speech.
Or it's like, yeah, there's more than one of us exists. What are you, racist? Towards the pillar. No, it does state there is more than him. He doesn't know where they are. They are kind of the same, but different.
They could all be protecting something else, but not necessarily the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now another question for the group. Do we want, since Stool is here with us and Antidote said that he was here mainly to help, do we want to let them go first so they can go to the directions they want to go and then we take our leave from there? Because I don't know how it works if there's all of us on here together and we're trying to go different directions.
No, I feel like that's up to them, isn't it?
That's true. So you peg the question and Stool does state, if it's all the same to you, I'd rather return home. I haven't been there for a while and I'm sure everyone misses me.
Yeah, hey, little buddy. Just remember who, saved you from a drow prison.
I also do thank you. It has been some time and I don't exactly know what's going on in my city, but based on what we've heard, maybe it's best if we have some reinforcements back there.
What's the name of your city again?
Oh, I don't have the PDF out. Give me
Okay.
1 second.
Yes, because if we're stuck in another city again, we might as well know which one we're at.
He tells you the name. You know the name.
Okay, fair.
I'll tell you
That's
later.
good. Yeah, exactly. That's fine.
It's. I have way too many files on this thing. Okay.
No, don't worry. Again, later. That's fine.
Yeah.
No rush. Yeah.
He tells you the name.
But if that's the case, then by all means, you want to take the first go at it. I mean, unless you want to go with him, hand it out, and go to his city.
I mean, I can help, or I can help over there. Honestly, it depends on who needs the most help.
I thought Antidote was coming with us.
I didn't know. I just asked. That's all I did. I didn't say anything else.
I mean, do you think you need the most help? We don't exactly know if his city's in danger, but based on your track record, I mean, I don't mean anything by this, but you guys seem to get yourselves in trouble.
Thanks.
Maybe I should have meant something by that.
I think it would be great if you come with us, but I just didn't want to assume anything. So
That's fair. That's all he says. Basically, he'll go wherever. He just says, "Who do you think needs the most help?"
yeah, I mean, I'm in the boat with Ko in the sense of if he can come with us, then we'd probably be happier that way for now.
Okay.
Follow your heart, dear Hugo.
Huh. Well, I'll roll for him then. After pondering the question and him just looking at you guys, looking at Stool, and then looking at you guys. Ironically enough, the people that are not children, he seems and deems the ones that need the most help. While Stool is young, he's like a young adult, late teen in mushroom years. Does decide to help you in turn instead.
Okay.
So, Stool will take his guiding steps forwards or to the right. And after a while, you do see that the darkness envelops him, and he simply vanishes into the shadows.
Safe journeys, sweet prince. Oh, I protected that guy from murderers. Piranhas, drow, a couple of spiders. I hope he's not dead.
Nah, he'd be alright.
He seems he can take care of himself, and he does have that very disturbing gift he never used.
Yeah, we're gonna come back and he'll be like Emperor of Mushroom Town.
And he'll be like, remember when we saved ya? Favors never go unnoticed.
So,
Okay.
Pomades, you said you wanted to stay in the city though, right? So, I mean, maybe you want to just take the shortcut and take your way here to go back to the city?
I could, but I was also going to check this place out.
Mm.
You did say the pillar had like hidden secrets and stuff. Kind of wanted to know what that was.
Yeah, I'd be careful about that. It's
mean-
very protective of it, so if you go after it, it's probably gonna kill you.
I mean, I don't need to learn its secrets. I just need to gather more intel and maybe a few tricks.
Mm-hmm.
I can care less about it.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Fine.
just don't make it angry. Seems weird to say about a crystal, but I mean, those are wise words.
Fair enough. So yeah, if you want to leave, go ahead. I'll be
Oh,
around.
now you're making us feel guilty.
I don't.
All right, bye. Have a nice life. Start walking down.
All right, everyone have a hand on the rope that we're all definitely holding.
Mhm.
No, I thought
Yeah.
we were just holding hands.
Oh yeah. Whichever works.
Wait, is
Tied
Elvis
together.
coming
Why
with
don't we
us?
tie? Why don't we tie ourselves together and hold hands? How about that?
I think that too. Yeah, I think we need
Wait,
both.
is Elvis coming with us?
I didn't invite her.
That's what I was checking.
She invited herself.
Yeah, I'll stand on the end.
You guys were like cutting the ropes.
Yeah, no.
You
I'm
can
not giving up my rope for us to tie her. I'm just gonna have us hold hands.
She's
So
wise to that
maybe-
game. She like put herself in the middle.
Oh,
Oh no! Put her in the back,
I'll-
and then like by
I'll hold her
accident, just
hand.
cut off the rope.
No. I'll hold her hand. I'll hold her hand.
Okay.
I wonder if the DM would be so kind as to make a roll for me.
Oh,
I
dear.
don't want to know what the
He's
roll
like-
is.
He's
Just
like,
let me know if it's good or bad.
haha, not my real hand, mage hand.
Sure.
He just leads her off in the wrong direction.
I rolled an 18.
I don't know if that's good or bad. That's why I said I need a decision. Or, even odd, I don't know.
I mean, that's good for her.
Like, what am I rolling for?
Good or evil. I have a plan, but I don't know if the rest of the party will like it, so I was just gonna maybe pull it off.
Just do what you're gonna do, man. At this point,
All right. I'll be on the end next to Eldith, and we're all thinking of the town. And as we're walking and thinking of the town, I very quickly turn to Eldith and whisper, "Now, whatever you do, remember, don't think of the Drow camp." And I let her hand go.
Oh.
Ooh.
So is she part of the chain?
No.
Let's put ourselves in the chain that we're gonna go in. So like, I'll be a front again. You guys put yourselves in the order you guys want.
That's why I wanted to position me next to her and her at the end. She doesn't know I want to do that. And the other side is like, "Oh, Eldith isn't here. Wonder where she went."
I'll be here.
And then maybe Antidote in the middle? Or Mintius?
Yeah,
Oh,
we definitely
okay.
need antidote. And
Maybe scatter the like put antidote in front of him. No, it doesn't matter. He'll be okay.
Gothos wants to be connected to someone who's been there, because he hasn't.
Yeah, Toulouse has been there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
on the
we'll
front.
definitely. I'll say that I'll start leading everybody else, and I will have no idea the he's gonna do, so he's gonna pull that off anyway.
Good on you.
A lot nicer than what I had thought.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, right?
I was literally
Don't think
gonna...
about falling off of a cliff.
Oh no, I was just gonna yeet her
Oh
away
god.
from everyone.
I cast you into the void.
She's the worst, though. Come on. We don't need her around.
No, I completely agree. It's just funny how we've come to this
I know.
conclusion as a team. This is what bonds us
know.
together.
All right.
I just wanted to make sure the rest of the team wasn't going to hate me for it.
No.
Yeah.
Just
Okay, guys,
applaud you.
today I'm gonna do a tutorial on how you make a villain in D&D.
All right. So as the team ponders and contemplates and comes together through mutual hatred over a NPC.
Or like her mutual hatred for everybody else.
Yeah,
Can
that's
we
true.
get a bonus because we're all mutually in the same page with that too?
You begin to wonder and contemplate the exact location you drive to. or choose to drive towards. The location of the monument, and everyone begins to picture it within their minds. As soon as this happens, you begin to move forwards. I want everyone to either roll intelligence checks or history. Many of you do not know the place, but many of you have been given the information. With Eldith, and then immediately told different information, and then immediately let go of the daisy chain.
Oh boy.
As you begin to move. Da-da-da.
Good thing I was right in the middle.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
I digress. As you begin to move, you then feel your own bodies move and shift. Sensation begins to warp, and everyone begins, other than Palma, move to the side, begins to fade into the shadows. As soon as this happens, you then feel nothing around you. Afterwards, Palma then, like her own little cutscene. Well, they're gone. She goes to the pillar, touches it. Hey, can you hear me? What do you want? Oh, could you, always talk in common? I am speaking more than one language. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, that's messed up. We could have been talking in common to this damn thing. Cool.
Could you always do this? No.
I never asked what language it spoke.
Yeah, that's true. To you, it's spoken its native tongue. So, congratulations, you're more familiar with it.
Everything.
But Palma does state, so yeah, you said you had, more treasures down here or something? There is more than what is seen. Yeah, I can't see anything. You have, a light or something? Your own guidance will light your way. You're not very useful, are you? Then it begins to shake the cavern, and she just walks away. In the shadows and in the darkness, you begin to wonder and contemplate. You begin to wonder what you'll find and where you'll find yourselves. As the lights shine, and then you see a glow in the air. One thing for sure is definitely certain. Where you wind up is a place that you know. Where the most of you wind up is a place you've seen. As you open your eyes, Eldith is not there. Maybe she went to another place, another city, or another destination. But she is not there. That being said, though, as you begin to open your eyes, you definitely have been here before.
Ah, crap.
And as you've opened your eyes now, you also know that one of you did not make the journey. Oh, Pillar's there too. Pillar gone. And as you open your eyes, you then see that another one of you, one certain Minotaur, is also not there. The loop around them is there, but it's currently on the ground, not with anything residing there. Maybe
Except for all his stuff.
one of you got lucky. Maybe one of you accidentally got to the surface without everyone else. But one certain thing is true. The majority did not make the cut. And a shared memory for the most of you is present, but unfortunately for most of the group, it's not one that you're fond of. So, where you're at is definitely where you all know, except for Kobo, and ended out. But one thing is certain. Your journey well, it just got a lot more complicated, but with definitely a lot less people. Where you'll wind up next time, well, we'll just have to find out and see as we end the session for today.